quick review of Hollandale Beach churches. Over the past week or so, I've been to like, I don't know, 6 or 7 churches. There's a bunch of them. Had very good experiences at the majority of them. And the thing of it is, and I'm just coming back from a church service tonight, actually. And one of the things that the pastor said, and the thing, it's just so much I can't even explain, but out of all the churches combined, the one thing that one thing that the pastors were saying, particularly like in one church, was that, you're going to the church not necessarily for the church, but you're going to the church, to see God, not to see the pastor, or whatever. Just all these people that are in place are not necessarily, where they should be. But just like any other person or angel or God, for the moment, God has given them whatever tool it is that is needed to help you get to where you need to be in life. And what I want to say about these churches, it's a Friday night. And I want to say that, God bless these churches for being out here, because when I was younger and growing up, they used to say how, just on regular days, Sundays or whatever, you could have been anywhere but church. Definitely young people, I don't know if Friday means the same thing to young people as it did when I was growing up. But, it's so true. And then the mood they set, like, I'm not going over there now because I'm tired. I want to go home and spend some personal time with God. But they're having churches on Friday and Saturday nights. So they realize that these are the nights when typically people, and I left the church. I thought it was the end. I thought this was a good closing point, so I left. But I thought he was saying praying, everybody's going, but nobody moved. Everybody is still there. So I guess they're fellowshipping with each other or whatever. But you got to put into mind that it's been a long time for me. So I had to, we've been in there for like 2.5 hours. I had to kind of, break, and it's late for me too. And also, I'm up late nights a lot. Last night, I don't know why, but 2 or 3 in the morning seems like my favorite time. And last night, at 2 in the morning, I decided I was going to go for a walk, past the place that I was interviewing at. And I walked from like, I don't know, what was it, like maybe 2 to like 4 in the morning. Then I got home and I decided that I wanted to make some stuff and, just all kinds of great things. And I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I really had a good time. The church, the pastors there are Caucasian. They tout like an international church. Most of the performers are black. Actually, yeah, black and mixed. Yep. But maybe one mixed black and white. But it's a good church. The guy was kind of funny. The pastor was funny. I got some laughs in. And this other church over here, it says it's a Spanish church, but they also have a sign on for Pentecostal. I haven't seen the Pentecostal. Whatever's going tonight is definitely not Pentecostal. There's like jazz music coming from there. And it's almost like club church going down Hollandale Beach Boulevard. And, I'm too tired to even go be nosy and see what it's all about. I'm on my way home now, but I'm just really exhausted, but in a good way. It left me wanting to go home to pray, to spend some personal time with God. And I think it's very important that you spend public time, meaning at churches and things and fellowshipping together, but also to kind of close the door and go in by yourself and pray as well. This jazz sounds really good. I can't believe they're playing this from church. But it sounds really, really good. And I'm so exhausted. I'm going home. I don't even, well, yeah, that's what I said. Let me keep walking and walk and talk. But it's so ironic. What they preached about tonight was that what you speak out of your mouth, you kind of speak into creation. And, not to be afraid to speak it in. And I remember I'm not lying to y'all, I put a personals ad, I call it a personals ad, but it's not really. I put an ad on like the community and groups pages, and the ad was just like hi, and I put my name on it and everything. And it's some flashing lights going on. I don't know what's going on in here, and they're pretty, but it's like lightning without the thunder. And then we got satellites and all kinds of stuff going on. But I'm too tired to turn the camera to look, but it's coming from the southeast. But anyhow, so I'm exhausted right now. What was I talking about? Oh, what he said was about speaking things into existence and how you can claim them before. And this is nothing new for church people, but the way he said it was a little bit different. He brought it in a way that was refreshed, renewed, which was also what he was talking about in the church service. Okay, so I placed the ad on Craigslist about, and here comes the dog. So cute. The sign says beware the dog, and the dog is like the size of my hand. Too cute. But so the advertisement that I put out was like too funny. The advertisement that I put out was just like hi, and it was just heartfelt, like everything I do. Hi, my name is Maria, and I was saying I was looking for an accountability partner. There's lots of churches where I live at. There's church probably going on tonight near my house in Hollandale, but I'm not going because, all the realness isn't taken out, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, as I put that plea out, it's like God came to me himself and was just like, what? It's you. You need to get up and get out and do something. They're viable churches, viable people. And I was disappointed, I think, because the very first church that I went to in Hollandale was before I even moved to Hollandale. It was the Lord's house. Am I coming across it? No, I'm far away. But it was the Lord's house, and they treated me pretty well, Of course, churches are people too, so I think that perhaps, feelings were hurt a little bit because maybe they felt like I was going to eat. But, at the time I was displaced. So, I was hungry, that type of thing. But, so that was a good church, I knew. But I was scared to go back because, again, the fear of I was talking about the New World Order and all of this stuff from when I was younger. And people don't talk about that. But really, when you're resting in the peace of God, you don't need to even worry because God provides a way. When I look at my past and my history, hasn't he provided a way for everything? And this is not what they beaten into me at the church, but this is from my spirit, my soul, my personal conversation with God. And so, there's nothing to really worry about. And, you can spend so much time worrying that you're not spending any time enjoying, life. So, and what God has put into his people or people that want to be his people or just whatever. So, that was a good experience. But then the first experience that I had when I actually lived here, the church I went to, the Soul Harvest, and this man, he just was not a good man. He was, to me, just evil. Just what he was saying was contradictory. And the thing was, there were good church people that were there that, I felt their spirits. They were good people, but they were just being led astray. Like, he would say out of one side of his mouth, oh, we pray for whatever we want to pray for. You can come to prayer. The prayer is 3 hours on a Monday night. But, we do corporate prayer. It was just all kinds of stuff that was all mixed up. And so I really didn't like it. And then he was talking about money and limos and all this, that, and the other. And I was like, wow. And so, that discouraged me a whole lot. And I went to that church like 2 or 3 times trying. They were accepting of me looking like trash. I looked like garbage. They were accepting of that, which is why I kept coming back. But when I heard the message from the pastor, the people were good for the most part, but the pastor, he's not a good man. I don't agree with him. Don't feel his spirit is not good. And when I say spirit, I don't mean just, it's not no voodoo type thing. There were some concrete things that he said that were contradictory, and they were evil. And it was just, and he knew what he was saying was contradictory, but it was almost like he was saying, he's a spiritual person. Don't get me wrong. He's spiritual, meaning that he recognized spirits. He felt my spirit, and it's just like, and he knew where my spirit came from, but it was just almost like the truth. He was just showing how you could tell these people anything, and nobody would say anything, and it was just a mess. But anyways, my time is up.